T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, be fuddling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Friday, May the 17th. We're going to have the Black-Eyed Susan Stakes today. Get ready for the Preakness this weekend, playoff action. But of course, a lot of you are wondering what the latest news is, and let's get to you right now and get you that breaking news. Well, it's all almost over now. I mean, not much to see here. Yes, we still have to determine whether Scotty Scheffler will make his tee time here in just a little less than an hour, I guess, after being arrested this morning on the way into the Valhalla Country Club, the Valhalla Golf Club in Louisville. The story's almost over now. I mean, there's a little bit more information tracking down, but if you missed it, the world's greatest player, he's obviously so identifiable that they couldn't determine that Scotty Scheffler was the man in the courtesy car, driving the courtesy car, trying to get around just an awful accident that cost the life of a person outside the club. It's raining. There's traffic outside. Something had happened, and it became a crime scene. Someone had died, so there was tape up there. In the process, Scheffler tried to drive around, still trying to get to the club. Maybe he had been told that players could still get to the club, go around. You're in the marked courtesy cars. They'll know who you are. When a cop tried to forcefully stop and grab onto the car, Scheffler continued driving for about maybe anywhere from 10 to 30 feet, yards, meters, whatever, into the yellow tape maybe. And who knows? We saw video of Scheffler get taken by police probably to the back of a car with ESPN's Jeff Darlington, a notable reporter on the golf scene and other sports in the Kentucky area, trying to instruct officers anyway who that was being arrested. We didn't see the video of what happened maybe when Scheffler may have gotten out of the car. We'll see. That's where we're going to determine who was at fault, because Scheffler had actually been charged with assault and resisting arrest. A couple of charges, second and third degree charges, has already been booked, and apparently may even be back at the golf club now, ready for his tee time. We don't know. He might not be able to make his tee time, or he may opt to not play. This is where we're at right now. With the situation, but arrested, detained. He has arrived on the property. It's just now a matter of can Scheffler. I would say, just in how closely I've been following this incident now for about 90 minutes, I would think that Scheffler's looking to take his tee time. Whether or not he'll play well, will he be motivated? He's the world's best player. He's within striking distance of still a 62 by Xander Schauffele yesterday, to really light it up. 62 can't get any better than that in a major. But certainly I don't want to say anything I didn't get wrong. But again, because of the accident, Scheffler tries to drive. And there was video also of other golfers walking to the golf course. They had gotten out of their cars, worried that they wouldn't make their tee time. They also may have not known, like many I don't know how they wouldn't, but that the tee times have been pushed back a little bit this morning because of the weather. So, but there were golfers walking to the course because they couldn't do it. Maybe they heard about the incident too, and they didn't want to have any trouble there. So, just a little drama, nothing to see here. But again, that those officer cams, I'm sure will show a lot. Maybe it will, the Scott. We know Scotty is cool, calm, and collected, and not what makes him have ice in his veins on the course. But he's also, 6'3", and I don't know, probably pushing, high 107. They say 170. I mean, he might be more like 190 pounds in season here. He really is. Have you ever seen him? I mean, we think of him as just average size, maybe as some of these guys, but he's really looks awesome. And I don't know. I watch a lot of police videos, man. There's a lot of them come out of Louisville, Kentucky. I'll tell you that. But maybe Scheffler was a little bit privileged, right? I mean, sure, the trolls are going to be out and say it for sure, but maybe he thought, "Don't you know who I am?" type of thing. And look, maybe there's a point where in a situation like this, you could say, "Hey, but did he get just a little bit cross with an officer, or did the officer just say, 'Hey, you crossed the line? I don't know who you are.'" Again, it's not the officer's job to know who these guys are. And again, who is Scotty Scheffler? At first, when I saw the mugshot, I thought that was AI. I thought that was photoshopped or something. Like, no, come on, they didn't. Because I saw the video of him being escorted and the cop who was with Darlington making it a little bit more than maybe it was here, because he did say, "Are you an agent or something?" So he knew. But all right, we've got a show to do today. We're going to have playoff action after what we saw last night. You can comment on Scotty. Maybe it'll affect your betting. Will you maybe take a flyer here on Scotty? Look, he's already in pretty decent position here in this tournament. Like I said, despite Xander Schauffele running up that big number yesterday, pretty comfortable. Whenever you shoot, you think of it, yes, that it is a 3-stroke lead after shooting a 62, but a 62 is such an anomaly of a score that it really is like an extra 6 shots in the end. Not that, we know first round leader in anything here. And you've got low scores yesterday for all the golfers that went off early. We talked about the big bombers and how maybe weather conditions or could help those scoring early. I don't know how to go today, but shot play is underway, I believe, at the event. Schauffele scheduled to tee off here. Oh, maybe it's at 8:38 now. It says here, I believe, because of the weather delay. So, and again, there was even they read a provision. I was watching golf coverage. Provision that a player could actually have his tee time. I never thought, because it doesn't happen. Nobody ever needs their team time. If you miss your tee time, you're a penalty. You miss your tee time. The penalties. But there is provisions for extraordinary circumstances. Now, I wouldn't think that getting arrested because of you violating the law, I don't think that's extraordinary circumstance. I think that is a real circumstance that if you were to miss for example, he got delayed in booking. They wouldn't make an exception if you've violated the law, even if they were right or wrong. It would seem like. But here's Scheffler had a baby. Obviously, they finally had that baby, by the way, apparently. And what a day so far. So let me say hello and see what you think. It looked like a few of you already knew what was going on, and I hope I covered it pretty good, as best I could here, with really the story just unfolding. And we're looking to see right now I think the key here is at this point, we are at, let the legal take its place now. It's all done. Will he be at the first tee in 90 minutes? I would say so. He's already back at the course. Why would you go back to the course? If I were mad or pissed or wasn't going to play, I'd be back at the hotel, ready to pack my bags and get out of Louisville. And I'll come back when my court date is here. All right. Say hello to Trey here today. I want to say hello to Alfonso Fleming, and I'll make a play right now because it looks like I'm like, who is Alfonso Fleming? I've never met this man before, but maybe it feels like because we talk a little tennis here. Maybe Alfonso felt like, hey, you know what? I'm going to get on there here and tell, let's get some tennis. That's on my thing, and Ramon does it, and we got some guys talking it, and I want to let them know, don't stop doing it or something like that. So it does sound pretty good. And yeah, the first match, pretty good here today of our, I'm only looking at the in Rome. I'm not going to go down to the any of the other levels, even though we were betting some ITF last night, watching on some faraway places. But I will take Zverev to win in straight sets today. Look, Tabilo has been awesome, and he's, obviously terrific clay court player who's really he's having a moment. Tabilo, even though he has had pretty modest success in his career, this is pretty hot. How Tabilo's going to be, but it does feel like Zverev to me. I think he can cover possibly 4 games here. I think he can cover 3.5. I think he can cover 3, but I'll take straight sets here. Tabilo playing pretty good. Maybe he could grab a set off Zverev today, but I'll go ahead and still take the favorite here. I think we've done okay with our dog. We didn't, Danielle did not have anything yesterday for us, but thank you to her for being great. And I didn't do anything yet with Yari and Paul, if anybody's got any action there. So just pretty awesome for Tabio and Yari to reach this point. Hey, Ziggy's here and Jeff is here. Thomas Lewis is saying like and subscribe to our channel, Tony's Picks YouTube channel, the 40,000 subscriber juggernaut. And Dre, how's the weather? How's the weather near our horse races today? The undergrads have stopped by today. Great to have the undergrads here. It feels like an honor, actually. Art Thompson's here, and Brent Cook. Stephen Downey is here, and Brent, right? Where they, is it a situation where once you're getting beat, are you just resting players now at that point? Make sure you're fully healthy for the next game. We've seen the line. I think it opened 5 and it's now down to 4.5. Maybe it's even 4. Is that right? For the big game 7. I'm still alive, despite whiffing on the pick with the Nuggets. Look, maybe I just don't have the zigs when I'm supposed to be zagging here at this point with the games. Obviously, we smashed the total here as usual. So you can count on me, gang. I'll get these totals right most of the time. And maybe we'll pick some sides today. But we had the total right here, of course. But who saw it? Again, NBA, you're broken, man. You have playoff games against the other league. You're NBA. You're still number 1 this time of year. But your game is a 50-point game, and I've got a thrilling hockey game, never disappointing. Every game is a 1-goal game, and if it's not, it's a 3-goal game. The other team's practically coming back every time. So good luck to NBA. I don't know how you can fix this situation. It almost feels like, and this will never change now, right? We've only extended series. Early series used to be back in my day, early series, you had 3 of 5. You had 2 of 3 for the early entry level. So it feels like the series are too long for these athletes to take all that time off. Look at Kawhi Leonard. His contract with the Clippers ended. He only played in like 48% of the games on his way to his millions and millions of dollars. So, and then players they check out of these games. Maybe it'll work for a team like the Nuggets. Maybe they'll go back home and just stomp all over these Wolves with that championship experience and end it. And could it happen again tonight with, same thing, right? You've got the Pacers at home, and this series has been home dominated, but you still got to go back to the other place. So again, the other series had all the road victories. Okay. Hello to William Dryman here. Hopefully we're having some fun here on a Friday, but we got a lot of games to preview. So I'm sorry we're talking so much, but we had a big story. And I like to tell a story, or at least pretend like I can report the news a little bit. And I think I got it as close as I can get to being a Twitter detective here when it comes to Scotty. After all, like I said, he is a number one player in the world. Want to say hello and welcome to Jana Tool Sadia, who's watching on, I guess, on my Facebook page. So, pleasure to have you here, and appreciate you. Hello to all my family and friends watching on my Facebook page. But we're here on the 40,000 subscriber juggernaut, Tony's Picks YouTube channel and X. Your comments are welcome on X as well. You can type in the comments and we will see them and look at them, and your picks here. You guys got a lot going and I'm behind. So, all right. Yeah, right. But again, but that was just a security guard, right, Terrell? And this is, hey, no doubt, if you just don't know and you get in these situations. Whenever I hit the graphic, I'm seeing some kind of blue on my screen, but hopefully it's not affecting the quality of this broadcast. Yep. Right, Thomas, I said it and I still went against it. But in turn, once I knew that Conley was in, I was like, well, I wonder if I do have no going back on a pick or anything like that. But Conley made a huge difference here. Oh, that's great, Brent. Part of his first big one was yeah. Nate talking about Dodgers last night and the Phillies, these big favorites letting us down. And interesting results certainly there for our short baseball card yesterday. Where I think I'm almost caught up here. We got to get going on this show. You guys, great conversation today. And Tyrone asking, yeah, we'll have some UFC. Thank you for mentioning this, Tyrone. Not only to promote my picks, but there's if you're on a Friday hanging out, waiting for some horse racing, you're not, you work from home, you work doing sports betting or whatever you do. There is a high level professional fighting coming up here in just about 90 minutes as a Bellator kicks off from France here right now. And of course, I believe a Saturday afternoon card over there, and we're getting it here this morning, or Friday evening card. It's France. But a Friday evening card there. So we've got some Bellator action here, right, coming up here in just a little bit. It'll kick off here at noon. So a few hours yet, 2.5 hours, noon Eastern time, Bellator today. And there's also LFA tonight before that other. Okay, I'm going to go over to Tony'sPicks.com real quick. Now that I've spent a lot of time on this part of the show today, but again, I might, now that we're in the show, I don't know if I'll get that news, and you guys can update me on it if we do see. I think Scheffler will be in there. Okay. Tony'sPicks.com. It was probably Sam Bamurti. He was the leading handicapper on Thursday. He went 7-5-1. On Thursday, CJ Sturgeon 3-1, Hollywood Sam 3-2, Nick Lagaretos 1-0, Danny Dimes 2-1, and Joseph Schultz went 1-1. A little bit thin on the leaderboard, was a light card. Still would like to see some W's here, but how about Tony T? Real strong of late, 18-11 over the last 7 days. Danny Dimes still clicking in player 2 a day and just getting those winners home. Same with Ruben Marlboro. Mindy Hahn is up there in the 2. Old ladies that bet consensus. Ruben Marlboro is up 19 units over the last 30 days. Tony T up 13 3/4 units. Nick Lagaretos up 11.5 units. CJ Sturgeon up 7.5 units on the 2. Old ladies that bet consensus. Hey, I had premium pick winners yesterday with the Reds and the Dodgers over. I also had the Yankees yesterday for a premium pick winner. Also brought home premium pick winner with the Vancouver Canucks yesterday. So try to get you some winners here up and down the network. Go over to Tony'sPicks.com to get my best picks for the action here on Friday. Why not roll with me for the weekend, and I'll roll your way. How about this? For the next 3 days or 4 days, if you get my premium pass, a 3-day all sports pass after noon after 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. You could probably stretch out and get my plays for 4 days right now. And I'll probably have about, I would imagine over the next 4 days, upwards of 40 picks in there. I would say maybe even a little more with some UFC action. So grab my All Sports Pass. I'll have some premium pick passes. The subscribers already have my picks here for a couple of pick games today, but I think we'll be set to go here with our evening card right after the show. Seeing what they had. I thought we have a little update here on Scheffler. They just ESPN came out, but I don't know if it's anything other than what we already know. All right. Let's get ready and go to the show. Looks like comments are done. Hopefully you guys are there and ready to roll. And I'll get started. Looks like you guys want the games. And we need to get rolling. So we've already teased it a little bit here with the Knicks and the Pacers. With the Knicks can close it out if they can get this road victory here. Hey, I was rocking in Indiana last night with the Indiana home team, but didn't quite work out for them. But here in this series, the home team has done pretty well when it comes to the New York team and the Indiana team. If you've been at home, Indiana roll. I was kind of kidding here, yesterday the New York Liberty rolled the Indiana Fever, and Caitlin Clark had a rough time, and really the Fever do look like they might be the worst team in the league. I don't know. They got to fix it. Could be bad coaching, quite frankly, and also certainly they might not have quite the personnel, the depth of these other teams. But do have New York and Indiana here tonight. Indiana's 6-point favorite, and the total 214.5 in this one. And for the Pacers here, maybe the numbers are starting to float these higher here a little bit with these home teams, and we've seen how the Knicks have hung in there in their games at home. But man, the total here, game 6, and the home team must win. It just I don't know if there's any way I'm going to be able to go with Thomas Lewis here and take the over. I'm probably going to have to take the under. Pacers, maybe. If you guys like it, here comes Ziggy. He's got Pacers first quarter and Pacers -6 for the game. And Thomas says it's going to be a blowout. Looks like a lot of people may be a little bit gun shy on this game. I'm not sure. The playoffs have been. I'm sure. I like the game. I mean, I don't care if I whiffed yesterday with a team that was down 50 points. I'm not going to stop firing on the NBA playoffs here. Our Toms, I can count on you, and vice versa. We'll go under together, and I imagine it's every possibility. Like, I think if somehow the Knicks are going to kind of, here's Brent here with the Pacers. Thank you for picking up the pace on the plays. And Thomas says, are they getting enough? Are they getting enough? Are the Knicks getting enough from the other players? We've seen some weaknesses even with the Villanova trio. Here's Ray on the Knicks. This Terrell and I, this is where we do see, I would see probably eye to eye here. It feels like to me, and if it does, it feels like if it's going over, then the Knicks have been able to. It's funny, right? Because it doesn't feel like the mold of the team fits the right pace of play, but yet Rich says they'll finish it off tonight. Thomas says he's waiting for the consensus here. What do you guys think? It might be that we're done with this game. I think that might be it for your comments. And I'm taking the under as my play here on the show. The premium is on the side. I'm going under with the Knicks and the Pacers here. I think there'll be, some support for the over by handicappers. So far, my survey of overnight handicappers almost has it 2-1 in favor of the Pacers. These are, paid cappers throughout the internet, like me, also on some of those other sites where, they may be more popular than others. The big sites, I read them, and All right, Kay stopped by. She wants the Knicks to finish it off, but certainly nervous. And hey, why not have another game set? Why not have a game 7? I know the Knicks fans, want to wrap it up, but like I said, home teams won them all so far. It feels pretty homesy, if you will. Don't want to make it as simple as that. Darren will take the over here in this one. All right, gang. You guys are doing great today. Going to my Mr. Rogers mode with the show. All right. See, I just wanna look. Got me looking up Scotty just to see what the latest. It's an interesting story. Like I said, it's almost over, but all right, all right. So probably considering we've still seen overs here, it does feel like I'm a little bit. I don't know if it's contrarian. I don't know if people feel like I do. I've certainly lost a few of these. We did get the win last time going under in the game, but we've also whiffed on what one was it? Oh gosh, 3 straight unders now. So okay. Yeah, back in uh, game 2, I think we went and it was a wild score, so we missed that one. But all right, of course I'm taking the under. 3 straight unders in this series, and let's go to the next one. I mean the hockey. I think we have trying to make it like we have 2 games. I want 2 games, right? Okay, let's get to the puck here now. Yeah, basketball. I'm sorry I cut that off like that. Okay, Panthers take on the Bruins here tonight with the Florida leading 3-2, and Bruins here needing a win at home, come in as an underdog in this one. And look, they've earned their way to get back at home here and kind of keep things on pace now. If they could just get a win, they've earned the right. They're not necessarily uh, behind in this series. I mean, yes, they don't have the home ice advantage, but they're on serve, if you will, here. If they can just win this game, force a game 7, go on the road, and take your chances. And just kind of like what I've seen from the Bruins, I have the Florida Panthers in a future, you guys. Um, I'm sure they can probably win the Stanley Cup still, but man, the Bruins have just done a nice job, and maybe that they can win this game, it feels like to me, and force a game 7. Now, I'm going to be on Florida, I'm pretty sure, in game 7, but at an underdog price. I guess that's what I'm looking at. I want to pass along what I think is the best information here to you guys. I have no problem with saying that I think Florida is a worthy favorite here in this game, but I don't know, on the road here, if I can lay the price, I'd rather just take it. Now the puck line's a little bit obscene. If anything, I'd probably go Panthers puck line if I wanted to play the Panthers. I don't mean to make it so. Here comes some plays here, and Thomas Lewis is on the Panthers, maybe, according to a bird. And our Tom's Bruins Ziggy under here. I mean, and the Ranger talking about Rangers advancing with that late goal. Carolina fought all that way to come, back, get home, earn their playing 2-2. It's real thrilling, right? And then all of a sudden, the Rangers are able to, end the game, get the victory, and go on to the 5-3 win there over Carolina yesterday and do a great job. So I think I got the score there right. I might have described it a little bit wrong, but we saw the play of the Rangers. Great job by those guys, by the stars we talked about, where, where were these guys a little bit? They had other contributors stepping up, certainly, but it was Panarin. And again, Trocheck, again, Sabinajad, Kreider, obviously, with the goals. Just a good game for the Rangers, putting away the team that was favored. All right. Why, Nathan? Is this an instruction where we need to bet them until we win? Or you want us to bet it so you can get a better price. Brent's on the Panthers. Law Dog's here today. And Kay's rooting for the Bruins. Law Dog says take the Bruins on that three-way. Okay, my play going to be on the Bruins here. I hope you don't disrespect me here for having my futures bet on the Florida Panthers, and I am holding a series bet on the Panthers as well. I just feel like this one's going to end up going 7. I can't ignore a fine job that the Bruins have done. They look to be outmatched to a certain extent, personnel-wise, to me, but I just think they've done a good job, and I can't ignore that. So, give me the Boston Bruins here. Plus money today as a dog. We've got Thomas, and and here's the thing about it, Thomas. Like I said, the puck line price, it is kind of ridiculous. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it on the show, but again, it's the playoffs. The puck line is what it is, and if you're having to lay $2 to take the plus 1.5, that's what the price is. And if you think it's fair enough, because hey, like I said, the NHL's not broken. Every game is thrilling. It's a 1-goal game anyway. Yeah, if they get the empty netter, on you, hey, that just sucks. But a lot of times, overtime happens in the playoffs, or they, fight off those. The ones that are tough, I will say though, are these 3-2s, right, where they sometimes pull the goalie way early. So, all right. Okay, I think Nathan is on the Bruins here.
Final.
Okay, Jeff under first period and for the game, it looks like here. And Joseph is here. Joe's here with a victory lap for the Wolves. And we'll see. We talked about Joe and I last night, and I think the spread, like I said, I think it's already went, down a half a point here for the most part. Since I was with Joe last night with his Timberwolves. I want to see here. Yeah, 4.5 now. And the total, and we joked about it, how it, and no turning back now, 198, 197.5 at Bovada. Dre's on the under. And Yelich said he was the only one to pick the Mets versus Phillies game over yesterday. Yep. I remember that because I was against you certainly in that one, Yelich, and you called it right with Quintana and Walker. Again, but I at least my handy, I called for the starting pitchers to give a better game than their stats. Now Walker, I don't think it was concluded. He did give up 2 runs, so he certainly did not. But Quintana was the surprise pitcher there in that game. Okay, I think that's it for this one. I'm going to take Boston. Hello to Solo. Here's the Stars and the Avalanche in Game 6 tonight, and the road team on top again here, just like the last one, 3-2 with Dallas here. Colorado, they really came up large after I felt like, and maybe in hockey, that's where maybe I don't know the way the team rallies around. If they criticize a guy, they were the ones to kind of rally around themselves without their 9-goal scorer in the playoffs and pretty much dominate the game over Dallas in Game 5 and earn the right to come back home and get it back, on serve here. They can even it up here with a win tonight at 3.
Final.
And they're favored $1.20. Now, I should say that's building some confidence here a little bit for the Avalanche at home. Maybe it's down to $1.15 at a few spots. Okay, not much from maybe in the chat here in this one. So, can Colorado, was it a one-time thing for them? And will they now suffer without this key player who I think, I thought upset the apple cart with his unfortunate situation. Uh, Basically being kicked off the team, suspended before last week's game, with just a couple hours before the game. But Colorado responded in a big way, in a big way. So Ziggy's on the Avalanche case, pulling for the Avalanche. I'm going to give the Stars a chance. Me and our Toms were together again, and we'll be on the Stars together. I'm on the Stars. Our Thompson's on the Stars. Brent's on the Stars. So we do have a little bit of Stars support here. I'm going to take the home team. Figure we'll get a game 7 with these two. Colorado, look, they proved to me that they could get it done in the game without that player. So Jeff says Colorado to win. We'll get game 7. Dre says go under. My premium pick's on the total. So if you'll join me, I'll have total. My pick is on the total in both in the premium realm today. So join me over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, that's a pick for the game. Hopefully you guys got your plays in. Darren will take the Stars here. That kind of evens things up. Yeah, we're gambling now. I don't think anything was settled in that one. I will say this: watching handicappers and looking at some of the forums, and what I mean, I go on these forums and I see handicappers. I see, like me, they're all much more accomplished in this realm than I am. Paid handicappers throughout the internet that sell their picks, like me. And there are some forums out there where people put the plays, they buy the picks and they put them in there. I mean, I'm not going to out anybody here on this big channel. It's just something that happens, kind of like those Telegram channels and things like that. And so you're privy to see who handicappers are on. And well, today they're going to be on Dallas here pretty much by almost a 2.5 to 1, maybe even more than that, more than a 2.5 to 1 margin today, maybe closer to 2.75 to 1. To tallied about 20 opinions there on this one. Okay. All right, that's it for hockey. We got to get rolling, man, with these other sports, and we'll go to baseball next. Stick around for the WNBA. Didn't touch on soccer. I don't even see the guys necessarily. Jeff's here, but there's one game out of Italy, and then one game in England championship, important game. But I didn't think the soccer schedule was much worth talking about today, so day off for the soccer bettors, pretty much. All right, let's roll with baseball. And a big yay. This guy's, must-see TV still at this point with Skeens. I don't think anybody's going to be too worried about his first start where we saw, I think we saw what we were looking for, and I think we're going to be pretty pleased in the end with this gentleman. Let me catch up here just a little bit as I move into the baseball. Thanks. Here with Paul Skeens going up against Kyle Hendricks, a veteran, and Kyle Hendricks. It is May 17th, and Kyle Hendricks still has a 10 ERA, I believe, here this season. So, like I said, in the first or second start, hopefully, if you guys have been here, not looking for accolades. I'm not saying Ramon knows but as a Hendricks fan, and I said, I'm worried. I'm worried now that this finally could be it for Hendricks. And, he's a veteran. He'll get it together. He'll lower these numbers, and hopefully he can use that arm and be effective and kind of, be workmanlike. You don't need to be an ace or anything like that. Cubs can use whatever they can get, certainly, here. But I wouldn't, say he's done like he's going to be off the team or anything. But so far the Cubs are 6-0 to the over when Hendricks starts. Skeens gave up 3 runs in 4 innings in his first start. The Pirates won that game against these Cubs, by the way, remember. and the Pirates have lost 22 of 33 games now following yesterday's game, but a good game nonetheless between these two teams. We had Jones, up against Steele yesterday, and of course, with our pick yesterday on the over, I think we ended up with a win there at 7. Let me see. Not 8.5. No, didn't go over, did it? There because of. Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. 5-4. Yeah, it did go over. Okay, we did have the over yesterday with these two. So you guys might be coming in with some of the plays here. Ziggy wants the over in this one. Kay says, give me the over the 7.5 here. Oh boy. All right, you guys looking to, go over in this one. So I don't want to go against you guys. I thought, man, Paul Ski. I mean, I'm still hot on this guy, and I think Hendricks can improve. Now the Pirates, I can see where you guys are going. I mean, Pirates are 8-1 to the over in their last 9 games. The Cubs are under, and we are in Chicago. It is a day game. Where's my Chicago crew here? Would like to get a little weather info, so I've got to look at it myself here and see how we're looking with the weather in this, because I wanted to go under, you guys, but of course you guys always know I want to go under, so that doesn't matter. And if you guys are already clicking on the over, I just might come in with the side here. Might even be on. I don't want to go against Paul Skeens necessarily, and it's just as a Pirates lineup right now, they're just not producing any runs. So that's why I'm curious. You guys, I respect you guys so much. I do think that there are some decent advantages for Pittsburgh here against Kyle Hendricks, despite this weak lineup right now that Pittsburgh has producing runs against right-handers too. But I think McCutchen, Connor Joe, Gonzalez, these guys can touch Hendricks here, maybe. I think the matchup's kind of neutral there against Skeens. So I feel like I want to grab the Cubs here, you guys, and just take them at this price at home against a team that's not winning at all. All right. Here is Pirates' first 5 money line for Darren. And Jeff, looking at Skeens is over here, right? We think of Skeens and it's not a secret to really baseball fans, right? We've been waiting for this guy. Even the Pirates, I think we talked about the story a little, right? Whatever their deal was for having this guy in the minor leagues, we know some teams maybe that don't have like right now current championship experience, or you're trying to make money. What are you doing? You're the Pittsburgh Pirates. This guy was mowing down the minor leagues like you knew he would. And everything showed that he probably should have started the majors in the major league. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. All right. Pittsburgh for Luis, the Pirates for Fernando. Thank you, Terrell, for giving me that, because, yeah, you were right on yesterday, and that's what I'm seeing. 7-8. There's rain in the forecast for sure, and this one could be. There's even my weather report says, and I like to use, if you use Weather RX or, Weather RX guy, the sports, he's like half fantasy, half weather. He's got it as a 30% chance of postponement and likely rain during the game. 60 to 80% chance during the game of rain. So don't know if that affects your handicap at all. The wind blowing direction of left field and then towards right, kind of say almost towards the left field foul pole. So Pirates money line, Brent's on the Cubs. You guys are you're mixed on the side. You guys are solid on the total. Kay is saying, you know what, I may like the under here. All right. I'm going to take the Cubs as my play here on the show, on the morning steam, and that's fine. Don't want to necessarily make it about me against you guys right there if I like it under. And okay, let's keep going right now with the Mariners here. And the Orioles, I'm not even sure about this pitching matchup. I think we didn't have it for sure with Means here. Oh, I've actually missed a game, haven't I, already? And of course, it's the Nats. So did I miss the game or did I just type it out of order here? Well, Nationals and Phillies, Nationals and sorry, you guys. Wow. How did I do that? Let's talk about the Nationals and the Phillies. I'll type it in here. Maybe because we weren't sure. Let me see. Irvin and Wheeler. Well, what was I, what was I doing again? Here we go. There we go. Is that right, you guys? With Irvin going up against Wheeler. Obviously, the Phillies a huge price here. I mean, we know the Nationals are a team that, make us a little money, certainly, but the Phillies are making us money too. But still, you like a team like the Nationals that are up 8.5 units, maybe so far this year. You got a guy like Irvin with a decent ERA. Look, Wheeler's awesome. He's got an ERA of 2.53 so far. He's holding opponents to a 190 batting average, but Irvin's holding him to a 233 batting average on his end. He just hasn't been as good of late. Has a 5.73 earned run average in his last 4 starts. Wheeler's just cooking as part of the whole Phillies, even though they lost yesterday. They're 31-14 right now. And the Phillies are just 4-5 with Wheeler. Of course, he does face some pretty good opposition usually. He's 12-15 in his career against Washington. I mean, Wheeler's been around the block. Looks like your plays are already coming in here. Whoops. I don't even have, look, what did I do there with that Nationals? And I don't even have the word Phillies in there. Sorry about that, Dre, when I put up the Orioles game here and then I'm back on this one. But hey, you know what? At least we got our Nationals and Orioles games together. So there he is. He's back on the Phillies here now. The solo on the Nats. Leroy Flood is on the Phillies. And I hope I didn't get it wrong, Fernando. I didn't hope you weren't on the other game. See here, Jeff on the Phillies here. Just, I'm scared. I'm scared of the Phillies after, kept blowing it yesterday. They kept coming back, and then the Mets would just take the lead again. I don't want to see that against the Mets. And maybe, upset, lost. I had a premium on the Phillies. It was tough. You got to end up back in Walker there. So, all right. Washington 2-6 here with Irvin. Luis says, I'm interested in that run line, though, that, you really can't have the Philly. They just don't feel like a team that they might be clutch. They've covered some run lines. In fact, look at this line now. I'm showing a 275 at a lot of places here at this point now. 278 at DraftKings, 290 at Bovada. Who wants to lay that kind of action with a favorite here? If you like the run line, that'd probably be pretty great, but I'm not sure I'm going to be doing it with this profitable Nationals team. I'm going to take the under in this one. K is going over here, but I've got to go under for sure in a game that Wheeler's involved in. And already seeing pressure to the under here, 7.5 under 20. All right. Stop Geo. Good to see you here. Great to see you last night as well. Let's go now with that other game. We already got Dre's pick. We got Orioles. This was the one, right? I wasn't sure the pitching here in this one with Means just yet. So got some line sources reporting that Means will be in there, and another one saying undecided. Probably should have this one here and figure out who's pitching, you guys. Anybody? See what? I think Tony had this game written up as well. He's always solid on that. Phillies just got steam, by the way. That's what that was. That last steam that came in. That's why we saw that 300 at Bovada right now. Uh, if you're interested, certainly right now in the Phillies, now's your time. Unless you think it's gonna come back, but the Phillies are really moving here. Could be, maybe a lineup situation with Harper. We know he's had some issues here of late. Don't see anything yet, but okay. Uh, yep. Looks like Means had a couple of starts now this year since returning from injury here. He's got an ERA just over 3, and when and if, and you hope he could be in form, he can be a top-notch pitcher. He's proven that, but elbow injuries have sidelined him. He's back again, and here he is. Favorite here, of course, at $1.30, it looks like. Again, I think some books might not even have this game quite up just yet, but we'll still end up trying to make a play on it. I think we can try to get a play here. If you guys don't have anything, that's fine. But yeah, I'm not sure yet. I might have to take a pass actually. See what you guys are. I saw Dre on the Orioles here. Orioles and under. So thank you, Dre. You might be giving us our pick here at this point. If it is Means and he is reported as a starter, I would think the line's. Tell you what, I'm going to go with Means. I think there's a little bit of value here at $1.30. Now that my mind is working, my brain is working, I would think the line will end up going up. And if it's going to be at $1.30, as I'm seeing here at Circa here in Las Vegas now with the line up at $1.30 and the total 8, I think it'll be going up today. So when in doubt, just try to take what you think might be a little CLV, and I'll take John Means and the Orioles here, and hopefully we will get him as the pitcher today here in the game. I know Cole Irvin was maybe listed as well, so Ziggy's on the Orioles. Here's Twisted on the under. Luis is on the under. I think we're talking about the right game. Darren's on the Mariners, so glad you guys had an opinion on this game, and I do too. Now it's just Yelich on Seattle. And Dre says, no, they haven't announced it just yet. Okay. I was going to see if we can't get one last look at the Orioles pitching here. And we do now, I do see where Fox Baltimore sports anchor Rocco DeSangro, you know him, Dre. He is reporting right now. Also, Danielle Allen Tuck here, another reporter a respected reporter. Many respected reporters that I see, beat writers saying Means. So may not be announced, but I feel pretty confident there now. All right. And Ron says maybe a Murphy here. And Yelich says, I like Miller in Baltimore. 2 starts, 3.6 ERA, and good peripheral numbers as well for Miller here. And Bryce Miller, don't mind him here. I mean, 3.52 ERA in 4 starts. Doesn't have a win yet. Mariners 5-3. With him starting, I would imagine you'll probably get a pretty good outing out of Bryce Miller. And I think if John Means is in there, we will see him in there. So, all right, let's keep moving here on the show and take a look at the next one here. I think we're back in order here with the White Sox and the Yankees. In this one, Mike Clevenger on the mound for the White Sox and Nestor Cortez for the Yankees. Clevenger comes in with a 5.4 ERA so far this season. For Cortez, he's got a 4.02 ERA. Nothing I can do about this line, you guys. It's the White Sox and the Yankees. In fact, it might be north of 255 right now. One thing that is not even close on your screen right now is the total. This thing has gotten slammed to the under already. It's 7.5 flat already at this point. We're seeing the Yankees as high as 270 here at this point. So maybe 255 at the discount houses, the sharp books here, but this total is definitely down to 7.5 here in this one. You have the White Sox. They've gone under in 7 of their last 9 games. Yankees have gone under in 5 of their last 7 games. The widely reported steam came in on the under, but man, these are two teams that, what can you say? They've been producing, mostly overs here, unders here so far this season. White Sox are 19-24 to the under. Yankees are 17-25 to the under. The White Sox average, of course, just 3 runs per game. I think they might actually be able to. I'm going to give them a chance maybe to stay in this game. Let's get your picks before I commit to White Sox because it's hard here, and I know. I need a little boost if there's anyone, and you guys don't have to do it. Don't do it because I'm saying to do it. But my feel is I want to go to the White Sox first on this game. All right, let's see what you got. Ziggy says he'll go under 8.5. Of course you will, Ziggy, if I'm putting out stale lines like that. But maybe you got it already because there's no doubt. I mean, I'm not saying Ziggy's giving out a line to make him look good. He's a great handicapper. He's already probably sent out his picks. But as late as just as let's see, 1 hour ago it was 8.5 under 15 at wager, and now it's 7.5 right now everywhere. So Ziggy saw it coming. The line services are now popping up John Means up there right now, so that's starting to look pretty official. On that other game, Luis is on the New York run line. Fernando is going under here. And there it is. The critical notice comes over from the line service. There's the little ding-a-ling that says John Means is pitching for the Orioles. Hey, line service, my team's team, we had you beat a good 90 seconds ago. Thanks, gang. Here's Yankees and under here. Why do I pay $500 for this service? Hey, subscribe to my picks. We've got to keep these services on. All right, here we go. I'll just pick a bunch of winners today. Yelich says, he's dummying it down for Ramon here as I'm trying to find a way to get to the White Sox. But there's Jeff says, take the Yankees on the run line. K-San going over here, and I don't want to necessarily, but man, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to go against somebody here. I'm feeling contrarian in this game. White Sox over 2.5 runs. They can get some runs against Nestor. Luis, Yanks will go over by themselves. Well, that's disrespecting to my man Mike Clevenger, and why not? Clevenger sucks. I don't mind being blunt about it. I won't say that about many guys, but when you're pretty much a, D-bag like Clevenger. All right. And Yanks and under here for Dre. And yeah, he did. Clevenger coming off a good start, but still did give up a couple of runs too, right? So he does have a 6.75 ERA. Scotty Scheffler on the tee, reported right now by ESPN. I must have those start times wrong, but maybe, like I said, there was a rain delay, so my info may have been a little bit incorrect. Maybe he's just here. Maybe I could try to fire it up here while we're talking and get it to the. Probably got his own. Are you guys on ESPN Plus at all watching golf? Does Scotty? I'm sure he's probably on one of the featured. Oh, it's the PGA Championship. Let me see here. Here's Leroy on the Yankees run line. No problem, Ziggy. That was 8.5. I mean, it was 8.5, no doubt about it. Within the last, hour at some books, Tom Kim's got a couple of Tom Kim's off with a birdie there to move to 6 under here at the PGA Championship today. Yep, Scheffler Group. That sounds pretty exciting. Right now, I'll just fire it up here and take a look at Scotty. Maybe you can too on ESPN Plus. Of course, Scotty's got his own group here, but maybe they're still showing some highlights and ready to roll with that. We'll just keep our eye on it. Here, Scotty. The memes were pretty funny too on Scotty. Okay. All right. Did I? Oh gosh, let me go back. I got to give out the play. I don't know if I'm gonna, fade my team here with this. Sure enough, look at the move on that Baltimore total too, man, going under here. All of a sudden, I know we gave out the side, and I was thinking under her, and man, it's going under here. That Baltimore total's moving for sure. Maybe it'll even get to 7.5, you guys. That's why we're here on the morning steam giving you this update. This is almost the most crucial time for early betting right now. So that's why we're here in this time slot. All right. I've got to make the call, and is it going to be the Chicago White Sox here? You guys have some love for the over, so I'm scared. Give me the White Sox on the. Today's the day. I'm taking the White Sox. Yankees, hey, they're not in Minnesota anymore. They own it. They'll overlook this team, and maybe the White Sox get it tonight. I'm on the White Sox. Come make fun of me tomorrow. Run line, run line. I may play the money line privately, but run line. I want to win. I don't want to look too much like a fool. But the widely reported team, came in on the White Sox. So look, this one, if you look at it, I'm not saying, I'm not saying always look at the line move. K's on the White Sox with me, but the line opened as high, mostly around anywhere from 250, 260, got up to 275, but now it's not 275. And unlike a game where we saw with the Philly blowing up to $3, up from 250 or whatever with Wheeler. Here you still have the best hitting team against the worst scoring team, and the line has gone in favor of the White Sox. Those 275s are like 250s right now for the most part. So maybe that's sharp. Maybe that's what sharp money is, right? Or something. Maybe the Yankees lineup situation tonight might have something. You always got to look at these, but uh, LeMahieu, we know he's been out, so okay, no problem. All right, Carla Brown, great to have you here. And Carla, I took the Avalanche tonight, but I don't know this. I'm not calling Avalanche for the series necessarily here. So okay, I'm on the White Sox. Somebody's got to do it. Probably, if any team I'm going to take them against is probably against these Yankees here. Here we go next with the Rays and the Jays with Alexander, the opener, going up against Bassett here. We see Bassett getting the start. His numbers, we see him get, kind of blown up here of late for Bassett. Got a 7.08 ERA in his last 4 starts. Got an ERA of 5 for this season. So you got Tampa Bay here back to, we called it a little bit, right? We said a week or two ago, watch out, Tampa will get it back. This is Tampa. We've never seen this team. They're Tampa, so yes, they can still go through prolonged skids of maybe, losing track of the leaders a little bit, but they'll get it back. And now they've won 9 of their last 13. And the Blue Jays, of course, have lost 12 of 17. But they're at home. They're 8-6 in series openers this year. They're 9-9 at home in this one. And again, you got Tampa. They know what they're doing with their opener situation here, but they've struggled in series openers, 5-9 so far this season, and they're 9-10 on the road. Maybe you guys have a few plays all ready to go here. Darren's ready to go and goes under. And here's Luis says, I like the Jays because I believe the Rays have actually used up their bullpen a little bit. In fact, if you look at the bullpen here for the Rays coming in over the last few games. Let's see, last 3 games, 14 innings out of the bullpen. Nice job, Luis. Ziggy will go run line here in this one. So I'm just checking it out now, and I'm watching here. Scheffler walking up the fairway here with his partner, with his playing partners in this round. Obviously the other guys are so engaged. They're not in golf mode necessarily. I mean, I'm sure that this situation is being joked. They're smiling and laughing. Scheffler is definitely glad to be here on the course right now, and it's definitely raining. They have their umbrellas. They're holding their own umbrellas, walking up the course here. But all eyes right now on Scotty. He looks unbothered, quite frankly, by this entire situation. I know we almost make too big of a deal about it, but again, think of you're just going to work, right, or whatever, and whatever happens, and you get set back 2 hours, and you're like, what, and made it back in time and go processed very, very quickly. But they are on the course here, about ready to play their second shots. He's playing with Wyndham Clark. He's playing with Brian Harmon. Clark, by the way, one of my picks to win. Didn't have a good round, but Scheffler is actually the only one who missed the fairway. Drove it off to the right, but probably not in terrible position here, despite a little bit of tree in the way. Okay, here we go. Anyways, I'm just sorry, guys. It's a fascinating story here with more details to come. Give me your pick if you didn't already here with the Blue Jays and the Rays at Blue Jays, I should say. And I'm going to take the under, of course. Come on. I'm going to take the under. I'm not too worried. I know the Rays can handle it. Bassett's going to need a much better start here, but I'm going to end up on the under. We haven't seen too much movement here and given me a full 8.5 here. The totals kind of snuck over there a little bit yesterday, but nothing too outrageous. And again, unders here, the way to go for me. Here we go, Mets and Marlins with my man Mr. Scott on the road here, going up against Luzardo in this one. You got the Mets are going to be a road favorite here with the rookie in his second appearance here, third appearance, I should say. 2.84 the earned run average. He's 0-1 so far. The Mets have lost both of his starts. New York has lost 15 of the last 23 games. Right now, of course, we saw them play clutch yesterday against the Phillies. They kept getting the run. They kept getting the run. They got the win over the Phillies yesterday on the road. Luzardo, he's 0-3 with a 6.03 ERA so far this season, and Miami is 1-5 with Hector Luzardo on the mound. Hasn't been good. Has decent numbers against New York in his career. 3.5 ERA, 2-2 record. Marlins have won 3 of 4 coming into this one, but the Marlins are 1-13 in series openers right now. Pretty bad, to say the least. Miami here. The Mets here are 6-9 in their series openers. Here is Luis on the under, Ziggy on the under. I believe if you guys are talking about this one, and if it is, then good, because then I can just agree with you. I know, Ziggy, but we just want to make fun of Luzardo a little bit. He hasn't looked good. He just hasn't looked good, is what it feels like. But again, he's left-handed, and the Mets over the last I looked at it and I didn't write it down, you guys. I want to say I believe they've improved their batting average to 167 against left-handers over the last 10 games. Fernando says go under, and Darren says Nerfy and the Mets. You got the Mets. Scott's allowed a run in the first inning in 1 of 2, but Luzardo starts off fine. He's 0-6. No first inning runs allowed by Luzardo so far this season. So he starts just fine. Miami scored a run in 11 of 45. That's probably pretty good for Miami. Probably just slightly above what you would think, I would say. I mean, still short, 24%, just short of 24% there. They say don't do math live, but don't check my math. All right. And for the Mets, they've scored a run in 12 of 43. That's probably where they deserve to be here. All right. You guys can make the call if you want. Dre, not a lot of opinion here, it feels like, on this one. Give me the under. Give me the under, of course. Come on. I mean, if anything, maybe the Mets are the more team in a profitable position. After all, the Marlins are down 18 and a half units so far this season. The Mets aren't winners. That's for sure. They're down over 3.5 units. But Marlins, of course, we know how bad they've been. So it's all built into the line. But the Mets still pretty slight, just a slight favorite. Okay. All right, here's the Twins. They're taking on the Guardians. In a good game here, man. This division is a big surprise here to a certain extent. And you have Woods Richardson here on the road against McKenzie. Should be a good pitching matchup here, it feels like to me. Now, the reported steam came in on the over in this game. I wonder if you think maybe that these two starters might be getting too much respect at the window. I know there's going to be some popular consensus for the under here. Maybe it feels like maybe you guys are just more interested in the side. I've seen handicappers all over Cleveland today. I get it. I'm not sure I want to take it. I'm not sure I want to lay it, even though it's only $1.25 or so. I think that price probably a little stale. Well, it's $1.15 at Circa and $1.25 at DraftKings, so we can leave a $1.15. I don't know if it's moving north of there. Ziggy's going under. Twisted said, "Give me the under." Twister, you don't have to write it twice. If you mess it up, we don't hold it against you. We just will roll with you saying under with two. Ours. You don't have to waste your time for 5 more text characters. We know what you meant, my brother. All right. Thomas talking about the Twins getting lucky yesterday. Maybe they did. Maybe they did in that game, certainly with the Yanks. But what do you mean? Wait, the Yankees won, didn't they? I thought we had a premium winner. Have I been talking wrong the whole game? With yesterday? No, we know the Yankees won the game 4-0 with a shutout. And here's Ron says, "Give me the first 5 in the full game." What is that? Oh, is that also? What is a trifecta in base? It's a first 5 full game in what, first inning, or help me out, brother. Cleveland here without let's and we know what their situation is with this lineup, and don't know about. Did we see here Quan's status back yet? He's almost time to come off, right? But not yet, huh? Oh, Ron, it is first inning. I should know better. Okay. Ziggy, do I watch all the games? I try, Ziggy. I have multiple monitors. I think one of the funnest things is just to get all the games on and then go from there. That's what I kind of like to do. I'm kind of like an old school, if they talk about this term, content director. I can put all the games on, but all right. Anything you guys with this? Anything else with this one? I'll make the call here. I feel like I want to take Minnesota actually to win this game. Look, the series against the Yankees. Hey, they were playing the Yankees, and man, I know that there's been a lot of talk. I saw the handicappers. Take a look at Bo's video too. Bo's got a video here in this one. I'm going to take the Minnesota Twins to win this game against the Cleveland Guardians here at probably even money or so. Fernando on the over. I mean, that's what I kind of feel, Fernando, and I don't know. I'm just not sure. Okay, I'm taking Minnesota here on the road. All right, the Padres are at the Braves, and we pretty much nailed, we kept going against the Padres. We kept getting it right. So how do we feel in this one? I feel like the Padres are going to win this one. Come on. This is exactly what the Padres are looking for. They can't beat the Colorado Rockies, but against the Atlanta Braves, oh, come on. Now, Waldron has been bad, and we'll see going up against the Braves lineup. Fried's been awesome, but these are the spots where I'm looking to take the Padres. The widely reported steam actually came in on the Padres. They actually, Sharps love this team this year. I like them. I think the prices are always going to be good for the Padres, so that's kind of why I'm on them here. Fried's awesome. I get that. The Padres are just a team that plays to the level of their competition. Fried's dominated the Padres in the past. They sometimes have problems with pitchers like this. He has a 1.67 ERA in his career. Waldron's never faced the Braves. Remember, he is a knuckleballer. Always brings a little something extra. It's usually the teams that see him the second time that can, get to him. So I'm not saying he's going to go out and dominate the Atlanta Braves here, but I'm taking the Padres on the run line here, and that's what I do. I'm not sure about the total. We could see some runs here. Actually, I Fried's awesome. I can't give you any trends that are saying that Fried isn't pitching out of his mind already this season. But I do have some pretty good bats with the Padres. They need to get these bats started. The bats are struggling right now. They're having problems with Bogarts, with Tatis, to a certain extent, but seems like the Padres played much better in these games. Ron's going Atlanta run line. Luis is on the Padres. Not much from you guys. I talk Padres. They're not the most popular team. They are, a huge underdog here. It's tough to lay the Braves. I know it's tough, with the $2 favorite here in this one, but Padres will be my side here today. Next up are the run line, by the way. Padres run line, just to, make it official. The A's are taking on the Royals here. This one has just started to break that I didn't even have the line up there, but we've seen the line now, and Cole Reagan's here. I don't know if I even know the status of the pitching right now. In fact, it is going to be Muller for the A's here, I do believe, as the starter. So let me see here. Yeah, yep. Kyle Muller's going to get the start, it looks like here in this one. So I believe this will be, I want to say it's his season debut. No. Okay. Well, Kyle Muller's going to get the start here for Oakland today in this one. And quite a story here, no doubt, for Muller. So you wonder where they'll be here today in this one. We're seeing the Royals here, a $2 favorite in this one, and the total 8.5. Okay, that looks pretty solid. We're just seeing books starting to put this game up here in a lot of spots right now, and the left-hander Muller getting the start here. We'll see. Might be feels like he's just an opener here at this point in this spot start. Pitched on May 12th, 4 innings, 3 runs, 4 hits, and 5 strikeouts. All right. I think that's what we're going to go with on at least the update here on Muller today. Just catching wind of him being the starter here. Of course, we saw him against Seattle give up a big home run. He gave up that home run uh, uh, to Garver. So see if you guys got any plays on this one. A's have lost 10 of 12. Royals 15 and 8 currently at home. They're 6 and 4 in their last 10. Peasy laying it down right here. And yeah, Peasy, of course, I'm going with my Padres here. I go with the Padres in games like this and fade them when they're playing the Rockies. It's a great strategy. Uh, here's Dre with the Braves in that one. All right, I'm on the Royals game though. Cole Reagans here, 3.86 ERA. He really grades out really, really strong. Also, moving forward, Kansas City's just 4-5 with Reagans, but pretty good spot here for them. Royals have gone under in 7 of their last 10, 6-2 to the under with Reagans. A's have been going over. They've been giving it up a little bit here, certainly, but I don't know. Cole Reagans may be in for a pretty good game. I'm not sure about Muller necessarily here against the Royals in this one, but man, I just figure the Royals are going to crush these guys today. The A's off that poor series here, and the Royals had some losses. Ziggy laying that run line. All right. I'll take the Royals on the run line here. This one has my probably the least confidence here. You heard me kind of basically just starting to gather the fact that Muller was starting. I had Alex Wood up there, so that's what I kind of researched for a little bit. But looking at it now, it all seems to make sense. And it's probably made you guys hesitate a little bit as well. Let me put the line up there just in case somebody's whipping through the stream and looking at lines and they want to see the line on that game. 200, I'll call it 208.5. And there we go. All right. I'll take the Royals here on the run line -1.5. All right. K will go under in this one. I think that's what Tony had on his video, so that sounds pretty good. Hey, 80 of you in here, like and subscribe. Thank you, everybody. Here's the Angels going up against the Rangers with former Angel Andrew Heaney on the mound for the Rangers, going up against Anderson for the Angels. Certainly had, some issues out there, a 1-4 record with a 4.33 earned run average. So in his last 6 starts, does have a pretty decent ERA so far this season, but has been giving it back. Heaney, kind of the opposite, been pitching a lot better of late, 2.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. Heaney does have a 4.39 ERA this season. Texas is just 1-7 with Heaney on the mound. Heading into this one, the Angels have lost 8 of their last 12 games here. So, what do you guys think in this one? Heaney's gone under in 3 of his last 4 games. The Rangers have gone under in 12 of their last 15. Rangers have lost 6 of 8 here currently. They're 11-11 at home. And Yelich says if they're 1-7, I got to take the Angels here on the run line. Kay says, give me the Angels on the money line. Fernando says, give me the over in the first half. First 5. Ziggy goes over in this one. And Twisted says, give me the Angels here in this one. I think this line could still go. What did I have it listed at? 180? It's gone down here to at least maybe 170, maybe even 165. I think people are kind of feeling like you folks are a little bit that the way the Rangers are playing, maybe a little bit overpriced right now against an Angels team not playing well, but uh, maybe they can refamiliarize themselves here with Haney a little bit. I kind of want to, I don't know. I'm going to end up here on the over in this one. Give me an over, believe it or not. Here, okay, Nerfy, wrong game, Darren. Okay, so I'll just ignore that here. And we'll move on to the next one, I think. I'll go over. I've got an over here, everybody, with the Angels and the Rangers tonight. Brewers, Astros. Peralta gets the pelota against Brown in this one. Brown's got blow-up numbers. We talked about it last time he started, and they're even worse here now with a 7.5 ERA. It's even higher, I think. 9.22 in is that right? No. Well, he's 0-5 anyway with a huge ERA. I know that. Maybe it's 7.77 ERA and a 9.22 ERA in his last 6 starts here. Can't read my, whatever it is. It's bad. Houston's 1-6 with Brown starting so far this season. The Brewers, they've won 5 of their last 7. They're 14-8 on the road, a good road record. Houston, of course, at home, they've just 11-10, 11-12 so far this season. We know they've been heating up as expected here a little bit, but you still have Peralta. Freddie's got a 4.32 ERA in his last 3 starts and a 3.63 ERA overall. Contrast Houston 1-6 with Brown starting. Milwaukee is 7-1 with Peralta on the mound. Peralta did get beat up in his one career start against Houston, but let's get some comments here. Jeff will check in with us. Ziggy likes the over here in this one. Dre likes the under. All right, that might be the plays here. It feels like with the Brewers and the Astros here tonight. Now it's tough because it does feel like maybe the Astros are starting to, get back to normal here a little bit. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this one. I'm listing it there at 8 over 15, and there is still some 8.5 unders out there. I know that Brown has been bad. I get that, but I don't know if this is an over here necessarily tonight. Houston's gone under in 8 of their last 13. The Brewers have been going over. Thomas is on the Brewers. Is this the one that Darren has the Nerfy on? Because if so, Peralta's allowed a run in the first inning in 1 of 8 starts, but Brown has given up a run in the first inning in 3 of 7. The Brewers have scored a run in the first inning in 14 of 43. Pretty okay. The Astros, for as poor of a team as they have been this season, they're 16-44. That's one of the best, one of the better numbers going. Yelich, my number one Yelich fan, doesn't even know if Yelich is going to. I don't know. Are you trolling us today, Yelich? I would think you would know before we would, but of course, probably pretty early to know the lineup, so maybe he's asking for my speculation, which would be appropriate. I always like to kind of speculate on these things. I would think I don't see any problem here that in the lineup here. Again, you've got a Brewers lineup that really should have a pretty awesome matchup against Brown, and Brewers coming off rest. Astros with the game yesterday, of course, against the A's and blew them out. I'm on the Astros here, you guys, as my play. Whoops. Ay. Okay, there we go. I've got the Astros here as my play. Law Dog goes over first 5. I mean, you do have a Brewers lineup. I've got to rank them. very, very highly here. I mean, I can't disagree that they have a strong matchup, but in this one, I'm gonna take Brown. Look, Astros lineup continues to improve. I think. I don't think they have as great of a matchup here at even money or so. Here's Ron, Milwaukee first five. Milwaukee is, it's funny because Milwaukee 22, 15, and 6 in the first five so far this season. Astros 20 and 20 in the first five, better than their actual run loss. Probably not long term. I obviously have them today, but doesn't have a win yet, Yelich, no doubt. But hey, I'm on here. I'm always going to take some chances when I'm picking every game. Leave the chalk to those other guys. I'll take a shot here and there, especially in Major League Baseball. How about the Red Sox taking on the Cardinals here with Brian Bayo going up against Kyle Gibson? In this one, Bayo at 3.13 ERA and Gibson 3.67 earned run average coming in for Bayo in this one. He comes in with an 2.2 ERA in his last three starts and a 3-0 record. He's really been in a good groove. One of the bright spots here for a Boston team that's lost 9 of their last 14. So almost turning into a stopper here. Gibson, he's also been hot right now for the Cardinals. 2.4 ERA in his last 5 starts. Just has one win to show for it. He's gone under in 5 of his last 6 starts. The Cardinals have gone over in 7 of 8, but you are looking at two teams here that definitely have been, producing some unders here so far this season. You have the Red Sox 15 and 26 to the under, the Cardinals 18 and 23 to the under. A couple comments here coming in. Ziggy's on under 8, Boston, and under for Dre. So let's see here. I don't know if I can take the side. I'll probably just go with the total. Any suggestions here? Because I'm going to go under with Ziggy. Of course, in this one, I feel like it's a premium to me. I don't know enough about the side, I don't think. I think I'm leaning to Boston. Hey, check out Ron's video of this game here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Ron Crawford, author of the Spreadsheet Play of the Day. He has a video of the game for Boston and St. Louis, so I'll take the under here as my play. And then I'll go watch Ron's video. Elijah's here today, says, give me an Earthy here with the Red Sox and the Cardinals. Bayo, he's a perfect 0 for 6, no runs in the first inning. Talk about Kyle Gibson and his good numbers, like he's found a home here. So Cardinals, man, they've got these veteran pitchers. They just can't get any offense together. But Gibson has allowed a first inning run. He is a slow starter, giving up runs in 4 of his 8 starts here. Boston bullpen been getting worked over the last 5 games, says Yelich. In fact, Boston over the last 3 games has had to send 15 innings out of the bullpen here of late. All right, I've got the under for sure in this one. Feels like a freemium. I'm going to start writing that down. Freemium. I gave it as a freemium. Tigers here in Scoobel going up against the Diamondbacks and Nelson with the Tigers, a road favorite. This is the role where I'm just not confident enough, it feels like sometimes, in Detroit. As good as they've been, as strong as Scoobel's been. Look, I know Nelson, pretty pedestrian numbers for sure. Scoobel, 2.02 ERA, even better in his last 4 starts. 3-0 record. Detroit's won 6 of his 8 starts this season. Detroit's slumping, no doubt. All of a sudden, lost 9 of their last 12. Meanwhile, Arizona's won 7 of their last 10. They're here at home. Nelson, he does not go too deep. Usually just a 4, can try to get into the 5th inning. But 2-0 in his last 4 starts here in this one. Usually starts off the game pretty well. So we'll see. It feels like maybe the widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game, listed currently at 7.5 at some spots, including Bet Online as 7.5 over 27. Mostly 8 though everywhere. So we'll see. I might be, I haven't put together my package yet in baseball with this late schedule here, and I'm gonna end up. Let me make sure here. I think I already teased the side a little bit with you guys. So yeah, I'm on it. I've got the Arizona Diamondbacks in this one today against the Tigers here. I know I don't have the better in the pitching matchup here. It looks like, but again, Detroit all of a sudden not looking that great. Ron always gets skewballed as well. Ziggy though does feel confident still in the Tigers, and Law Dog says Detroit not looking great. He's on with me here. And he also likes the under in this one. I think Law Dog and I are probably seeing this one right on together, side and total. You got Diamondbacks are 17 and 24 to the under this season. And Nelson, not great, but he is under in 4 of his 6, as I said. Darren also looking a little nerfy action here. Skewball's given up runs in 3 of 8 first innings. Nelson's been perfect, 0 for 6. Detroit 14 of 43 scoring runs in the first inning. Meanwhile, Arizona 15 of 44. Twisted with me on the Diamondbacks. Almost feels consensus, but I thought there was a Detroit in there from Ziggy, so. Thomas has never given me the criteria. I don't think it has to be a 0 on the end, but I don't think 2-1 counts either. Thomas, right? What is it? What is our consensus? 3-1, 4-1, 3-0 would be good enough, right? 3-0, 2-0 might not be a consensus. I'm trying to judge it because we got 90 people in here, right? And okay, Ray here, Tigers first 5. Tigers first 5 this year, they're 500. And Arizona, they're above 500, 19, 16, and 9. Okay. Oh, like the confidence and maybe how they say it, or the flow of the picks too. If they just come in, everybody's like cards, 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 or something like that. Okay, you're in charge of that. I'm not questioning you at all. Just seeing if you tell me, I can look for it too. Okay. We're almost done, so here we go. Right, Reds and Dodgers. How about it, you guys? The Reds did it last night. You know what? They're taking the action again from the Sharps. It feels like a little bit here. Dodgers about a 225 favorite. I don't know if they're going to blow up and be one of those runaway teams in this matchup that ends up going off at 250 or higher, like they're just getting beat down by the Sharps in this one, with Paxton here on the mound. Against Frankie Montas, who, has been getting beat up. There's no doubt. He's got bad numbers right now. He's got that 4.20 ERA this season, but an 8.35 ERA in his last 5 starts and an 0-3 record in those 5 starts. And the Reds lost 4 of those 5 games. They've lost 15 of 20. They found a way yesterday, however, against the Dodgers, playing to the did go over in the end. I didn't have any I thought we weren't going to get there. I did have a premium pick winner on the over in that game. I don't know if it'll go over today actually with these two, but let's see what Kay says. Dodgers run line. And Ron says, I got to go over here maybe because of what's going on. And Thomas kept no doubt. He's just saying into his phone, so don't hold it against him on his. We know what he's talking about with De La Cruz and his 30 stolen bases now here already. I mean, this guy's like on Ricky Henderson pace all of a sudden. You wonder how many he can get here. Are we talking about one of those 100 steal guy. Are we talking about some kind of real situation here with Cruz? I mean, he's incredible. He just keeps running, and you can't stop him. Thomas, run line Dodgers again. Look, the handicappers are already pouring in on the Dodgers. I don't know if I want to do it. The Reds got to them yesterday. They seem to be irritating them a little bit. There are just teams that, like I said, with the Padres, I couldn't beat the Rockies. We were all over the Rockies. They might beat the. I mean, we'll see what happens today. But certain teams for certain situations, it sometimes feels like to me. This one's uh, feels pretty tough actually here today, but I've got to grab the under in this one with Montas and Paxton. We'll see here. They did get the 10 runs yesterday, but give me the under here today to Dre on the Reds. Last game, we're almost done. Made good time here today. Uh, in fact, I'm showing a big hit here on the Reds right now that just kind of came in at FanDuel. They were hitting it at $1.80 ish or so. We'll see. I mean, I might find a way to get to the Reds, maybe get a little handicap in there. All right, we got the Rockies and the Giants here with Feltner and Harrison in this one. You got Feltner, 5.2 ERA, Harrison, a 3.42 ERA. I don't know if I'm always worried about high ERAs sometimes when you get here into San Francisco in a night game in the middle of May. It gets a little warmer, but those gaps get a little, bigger. The ball still here, but we'll see with these two. Cover some stats here and then get on our way. We still got 2 WNBA games. Stick around. Feltner's got a 6.21 ERA in his last 5 starts. The Rockies come in with the best winning streak in baseball, having won 7 in a row. But Harrison has looked good. 1.57 ERA in his last 4 starts. I would imagine this will be a pretty good situation, it feels like, for Harrison. And maybe for Feltner to improve on these numbers a little bit. For Feltner, he's gone over in 7 of his 8 starts, but Harrison's gone under in 5 of 7 coming in. I'm going to take the under with the Rockies and the Giants here. At this price, I probably can only think maybe Rockies could get some attention from me or Sharps. Again, pitching would indicate the starters anyway, and the bullpen, I'm sure. Advantages San Francisco, but you're laying $1.75. You gotta take the. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me fix that. Let me see here. This move is pretty sharp to Colorado. Well, you guys might be popping off in the chat, and I'm just missing it right now. I mean, if anything, maybe maybe the values come in here on the Giants now because definitely have seen this price down here to $1.41, $1.35, $1.48. I'd say $1.45 is about the consensus price, and this total has dropped to 7.5 under 20 or 25. So let me go ahead and take the under. I'm already committed to it. I like the under here in this one, but if you're looking, the Giants to me, they're 20 and 25. I'm sure that we're starting to say, you know what, maybe the Giants. And look, having went through, I thought the manager's done a great job there in San Francisco in his career. He came down into San Diego, it didn't work out. He's back in San Francisco now. He's made some. Looks like he's got a little off his fastball, if you know what I mean. K's on the over. Kay and I haven't disagreed on too many totals, but this one we are. Yelich is on the run line. Ziggy says, give me the Giants here in this one. Rockies are so hot. Twisted said, keep rolling with the Rockies here. All right. I think that's it. I'll take the under here. I'll wait and see here. Let's go to the WNBA real quick. By the way, I've already previewed both games with Tony on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. You want my picks on these games? I went with the sides. Check them out. I want to tease them here. And have you watch those videos? I mean, that's what I'm here to do. I get to be on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. I'm selling my premium picks so far in the WNBA. I've made no premium picks so far this season. I've picked every side and total, as crazy as I am here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. So far this season, we have a winning record, picking every side and every total of every WNBA game, all 7 of them here. 9-5. That's with the toughest grading possible on those totals that we all flirted with. That I gave myself 2 losses back there, I believe, on those, and a lot of people probably got the win. But since I didn't beat the closing number by a half a point, I gave myself a loss, even though on the air, the line that was on the screen and the line at the time, we had 2 winners there. One of them could have been a loss, could have been a push for some, could have been a half a point, whatever. Either I'm 9-5. If you want to even call me 11-3, I don't mind. If you want to call me 10-4, I don't mind. I'm calling myself 9-5 on all these picks at the toughest grading. So let's keep it going, and we'll just build on that. And hey, if we pick a bunch of winners here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, support me on my picks. You guys, I've got to be honest. So, here I try to make money betting. I sell my picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. You want, do I have a, what is that, dander? No. You want me to keep coming back every day? Please buy a round of picks with me this weekend. That's what I do. Got to support my hedonistic lifestyle of hammering myself here in the basement in the satellite studios with a bunch of TVs and computers all day, with no life, no wife, no girlfriend, no kids, never been married to the game. And you better join me for some picks to keep me coming back. Let me give you the picks here on the Mystics and the Suns. I already gave you every pick for free in the WNBA season, and we're minimum 9-5. Gave out the sides last night. Here come the totals in this one. And we could recap maybe the games there from yesterday in the W, by the way. Want to talk about that Liberty game with the Fever because it was such a big deal, right? But we did mention just a little bit. So Caitlin Clark, bad coaching. They have to help her out a little more. They looked lost a little bit. They got beat up big time. We gave you the winner on the channel here with the Liberty yesterday on the morning steam. We also gave you the under with Tony. It finished 168. Gave it out at 170. Another one where maybe it was close there. I think all the numbers got home, though. All right, Mystic and Sun here. For the Sun in this one, you got certainly they're coming off an impressive win over Indiana, who does look pretty bad here. They beat them 92-71. Connecticut's backcourt, I don't know if their offense is that great. I'm worried, Washington, they lost Della Dunn. She's not going to come back, it looks like. They lost Natasha Cloud, but you know what? Atkins, Sykes, Austin, they all look pretty good so far, and I don't mind Washington maybe being, kind of a competitive team, this season. The Sun certainly are going to get respect, and they're going to get respect at the window here because of how they are. A pretty good team still. Certainly one of the top 3-4 teams in the league coming in, but Washington, they can progress nicely. We'll just see here. For Washington, they covered against New York 85-80. They had an 8-point lead. They lost that lead. The last 5 meetings between these two teams have been decided by less than this. I'm going to have it pretty close here. Maybe they can get the number. DeWanna Bonner, she's the 5th all-time leading scorer in WNBA history. She just set that mark last game. Connecticut won all 4 games last season. Give me the under in this one. I gotta figure it's going to be in the mid to low 150s actually tonight. Bye, Kay. Thank you for everything. Ray on the Mystics here. He says +10. And yeah, there are is +9.5s and 9s, it looks like, for the most part, but could buy it up a little bit. Thomas maybe gonna lay it here. Okay, maybe gonna lay it here with the Sun. Yeah. Thanks, you guys. I don't know if you guys are, you might be waiting to watch more games or Not totally interested in this league yet. There's a lot of look. The funny thing about that Indiana game, there were 17,000 fans there. That's good. But I went and I checked out the ticket because the hottest ticket in the world, right? These WNBA, pretty cool, pretty cool. But I was looking at just a few minutes before tip off, like if I were to walk up to the game and there were seats left, or they were being scalped anyway for $4 on StubHub. So somebody might have taken a loss there. I'm not kidding. You can look. People were tweeting about that, about the prices of those of the late entry on that game. So look, 17,000 is pretty awesome. I thought Clay Travis. I mean, Bozo said, "Oh, you get 2.1 million people watching, or 18 million people watching Caitlin Clark in the NCAA finals, but only 2.1 million watching in the WNBA season opener." Well, college sports are pretty big. I mean, you have alumni. It's a pretty big deal. All right. Some people just don't understand, right? They think they got a law degree on the wall. Okay, last game here, Storm and Lynx. Preview this one as well on the channel with Tony last night. And you have the Lynx here. Look, they just played, right? Who won? The Lynx. The Lynx won at Seattle. Now, maybe Seattle's a better team. Maybe it was the Lynx had a good game plan, a good strategy. They just won the game, whatever. They went out and they won the game. Seattle, they had a bunch of excuses. They said, hey, you know what? We got a new team. It's going to take a while for us to gel. We've got, Neka and Gumake now, a great player, should be a big impact player, teaming up with Jewel Lloyd. Well, Jewel Lloyd, what got stolen from her, what got stolen from that man's house might have been her shooting, because she got 3 of 19. And Skylar Diggins Smith, 10 points. Maybe this is where Skylar's career is. They're trying to get Nikki Mull back. She's having a problem getting in on her visa. She was on a student visa at Connecticut, so she can't get into the country right now. Now, there's talk that she could get to this game, but I think we'd have to know by now here. I don't know where she, if she's in Canada or if she's in, wherever she's at. She's probably in the, just trying to get the approval here. But uh, so the Storm are making excuses, but you know what? The Lynx have new players. They've got Alana Smith. They've got Courtney Williams as like their two best. Well, they've got Nafisa Collier certainly, but they're two new players, right? They're new and they're awesome, right? Alana Smith going to come in. The Lynx are going to be improved, you'd think. Now, Magbagor can have a big game here for the Storm. She had 15 points in game one. 73-70 was the final in that one. I've got the over. I've got the over in this one at 160. I got to update the line. I mean, look at this. No wonder I can't get any premiums off. Look at this line, 164.5. I don't get the best of the line here. I think it was going over when I was getting this show ready last night. Steam came in on the over here just a little while ago, actually. I don't know if we were on the air or just coming on the air. Let me see if I have that. I'll let you go. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam. Be back tomorrow on Saturday with a big day. Jeff wants a bunch of soccer. We've got our playoff sports. We've got baseball, UFC. Remember, there is fighting starting right now, as a matter of fact. Bellator gets underway here in 1 hour, if you're interested, from Paris, France. Shout out here. I tried to get us some plays. I don't know if I'm going to handicap the Bellator card, to be honest with you. So, I'll tail my guy, but I did get an underdog from my man Jeff, a top MMA handicapper. He told me he likes the opening fight. He likes the underdog at plus $1.75. That is Bruno Fontes at 6-0 against Asil Ajuj, and take the underdog. He gave it to me. I don't know. I've got my handicapper. He sent me his card. I don't know if he had anything on that one. So, anyways, there is fighting here pretty much all day. The main event, of course, is Magomedov going up against your favorite, you guys, Patchy Mix. Patchy Mix is minus 300. If you know Patchy Mix's story here, and Magomedov, he's not that same kind of Magomedov that you're used to from the Dagestani guys. He's a little bit more of a striking kind of guy. Good records, 19-2, 18-1, but still a $3 favorite tonight, this afternoon here our time in that Bellator final. And then there's LFA tonight. Jake Woodley's on that card, I see, and some other name. All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody. We gave you out the play, right? Over in the Storm and the Lynx. Thanks, everybody, for joining me here on the Morning Steam here. Twisted asking about the Fury fight here this weekend, so that's something also to look into here. Fury says he wants to give the fans, right? He wants to give them a big show here this week with Fury. That fight goes off at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Usyk and Fury. It really is a big deal. It's in Saudi Arabia tomorrow at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific, and it is closely rated. So you've got Furyk here. That's if you cross Usyk and Fury, you get Jim Furyk, I guess. But Fury is the slightest of favorites, $1.15. This one expected to go the distance, by the way. Big time here. It feels like 10.5 over 280, 9.5 over 350. So probably get a full 12 rounds out of that one on Saturday. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy. Thomas went with Seattle, by the way. Thanks. Catch you tomorrow. More Morning Steam, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Check out all the videos. Don't forget, drive through with Tony T and the Picks Dogs crew, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott.
Now it's plain to see. The morning steam is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Don't remember real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get